right. Okay, well, welcome everybody. And I am so blessed that we quickly jumped on the Power Up and Glow cohort. Like this is going to be absolutely amazing. And I really have faith and belief that we are going to go to the next level. This was for the hungry. And it was like we made room for this with the yes. And I just have seen that very moment of individuals saying yes, their business immediately begin to shift. And so Power Up and Glow is pretty much saying, I'm saying yes to no longer coasting, and I'm going to be intentional to grow my business because I'm called to do this. I said yes to this business, and I'm saying yes to the growth, yes to the challenges. And this June, we're actually going to go full throttle. Like, there was a lot of questions of how we became team leads. How did you end up there? And I would say it was a similar yes to what you ladies are giving right now. And so I'm excited to introduce the team leaders that are collaborating with me for this cohort. And one is April Chumar, who's on right now. April, I would love for you to jump on here and introduce yourself because not everybody knows you. But April's a good friend of mine. She's a great inspiration to me. And she also crossed over the finish line for team lead alongside with me and Sabrina Valdez, who is our other team leader who's collaborating for this Power Up and Glow series. And it was just awesome to see April literally get focused and say, I can do this and I'm gonna do this. Like I've been like in this level too long, I need to cross over. And I literally got to witness that. Now, April is also the director, what is it, the spiritual formations director for our Totalistyle Leader Academy for young adults. She also has a dream school, which you could find at dreaminterpretationschool.com. April is a leader. She's a leader in different areas of her life. She's a mother, she's a friend, and she is a team leader with RIMAN. She worked for it, she went for it, and she didn't stop. And so, April, like, please introduce yourself, share a little bit, and we'd love to hear from you.
Awesome. Thank you, Monet. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully the breeze is not going to be a hindrance, but um I'm out here near Chicago for the week visiting my best friend, and I love that I can take Rima everywhere with me, and it's just a part of life. It's not a compartment, I had a dream one time where I visited heaven and I was sitting beside Jesus at a table. And when I looked around the table, it seemed like everyone there was Jesus. It was like he was taking all these different forms. And I looked at him and I said, Jesus, you wear a lot of hats. Because that's sometimes how we feel in our life, that we have a hat for Remon, we have a hat for ministry, we have a hat for being a mom, we have a hat for all these things. And Jesus looked at me in that moment and he said, I don't wear hats. Hats are for hiding. And the weight of that, I started to think about experiences and things that I'd seen even on TV about when people are running from the law or something, they're hiding under their hat. They change their hat to hide. And something like clicked inside of me when Jesus said that to me. And then an angel walked up to me and placed a crown on my head. And here's the deal. All of us are busy. All of us have a lot of responsibilities. We all have a lot of things that we're running after. If you didn't, you probably wouldn't be doing Remon. So all of us have to understand that it is us everywhere we go. I don't stop being a Christian when I'm doing business. I don't stop being a lover of Jesus when I am doing something else. So I think that is one of the biggest things I've learned through this whole Remon process is it is just who I am. And whatever is needed in the moment, it's like the gifts of the Holy Spirit. What's needed in the moment is the most important thing. So in the moment, I might be witnessing to somebody or I might be sharing skincare, and it doesn't matter. It's whatever is needed in the moment. What is the Holy Spirit saying? And I think as people who love God and who feel like this is part of who we are, we have to be that everywhere that we are, and don't be afraid to be that fully. As far as getting to team leader, Monet and Sabrina and I were racing. Guys, I got third place, okay? But I made it in the same month. So I still owe Monet a pound of coffee, I think. But the reality is that things like this, what we're doing right now, is to encourage each other on. and to a little bit of competition is not a bad thing, you know, but to encourage one another and race to the finish line. We're here to say we believe in you guys. We know you can make it to team leader. We know that it is completely possible to continue to live your full life and do RIMAN and do it well, do it excellent. You know, one of the things that Jenny always says is decide. We decide. And what actually that is crazy. What that means is to kill every other option. You think about how, you know, pesticide means to kill pests, right? So the word side means kill, actually. And so when we decide, we kill every other option. We say, it's not an option for me to stay a manager. It's not an option for me to stay a senior manager. I am going to decide to be a team leader. And for me personally, I'm deciding to be a director because we're going to kill every other option and we're going to run after the thing that is in front of us. And that decision that you make, that is what matters most. Doing all the other things, that matters. But the deciding factor is you. And making that choice to decide will determine whether you make it or not. So that's what I got for today, Monet. You can take it away.
That is so good, April. I think that, I mean, you just really laid out some major keys for us. And that decision, that yes, is so important. And I really like want to emphasize that. And, you know, I plan to get to some of those keys, and that is one of them. Like even like we could say yes all day, but I think we need to really look at what are we saying yes to? And what follows that, what goes side and side is what are we saying no to? Because I could say yes, but really I have to also have the no's. Because if I don't have no, then I am literally saying yes to everything and I have no intentionality. And so yeah, the yes, the decision. And you know, I was, you know, really thinking and praying of, what is needed, what this our first call, what is needed. And God began to speak to me about identity. He began to speak to me about me, and I looked in the mirror and I see my glow from RIMAN, and I'm like, wow, like I've embraced the glow. I've embraced the yes, that I am now a Korean skincare consultant and I sell makeup, right? So never ever would I ever think I would be in this position. And then also I was like, the intimidation of like, oh man, I'm gonna have to speak to all these women who were handpicked because we see leadership and RIMAN potential in them. And I'm gonna have to share something with them. Here's the thing is I have to embrace who I am and what I have. And it started off with the glow. It started off with a little bit. It started off with I'm in this business and I have to embrace the fact that I'm a business owner. Embrace the fact that I have no guilt or shame that I sell something. Now I'm like, hey, I got something to sell. Let me help you out. Like this isn't like, oh, like I'm in desperate need of you to buy something. No, like let me help you out because I see the benefits that not only our products have done, but this what this business has done in my life. And so I'm like, man, I tapped into something that really had me embrace a part of who I am. I tapped into the niche of like, I love helping people. And so I love like, continuing to help others, help other teams, help friends. And our skincare business does just that. So I think like really looking at your yes and being fully honest with yourself. Like, am I, stewarding and and doing this yes with excellence and execution and intentionality? And am I embracing what comes along with that yes? When I told God I'd be a preacher and he could use me, that meant everything. That meant pretty much getting over myself, getting over the insecurities, getting over all those things, getting over the fact that when I was young, I had a speech impediment and I was teased and no one wanted to listen to me and all the things. But I had to embrace I'm a preacher. And today I'm challenged with things of I'm a preacher. Today I'm challenged with when I'm in a room full of, you know, women who are in fashion and beauty and estheticians and they're smart, our business owners. I am a business owner. in the beauty industry. I am in direct sales, and it happens to be the industry of multi-level marketing, and I'm not ashamed of it. And so thank you so much, April, for that, those keys that you gave us. It's so powerful, so true, and you're such a blessing. I just really appreciate you, and I'm excited for this journey to push with you. So we have Sabrina Valdez as our other team leader who is a part of this cohort with the Power Up and Glow. And this is Sabrina. I'm going to share a picture because not all of you guys may know who she is. She couldn't join us today for many reasons, but Sabrina is a great friend of mine. She is an amazing person, super fun, outgoing. She is a team leader with RIMAN, and she did not participate in our challenge in our race. And I'm glad she didn't because that means she didn't get first. And I hope she watches this replay. I'm sure she will. But anyway, so me, April, and Sabrina all crossed over the finish line because we decided to say yes. I honestly didn't have the capability and the intelligence to break it down if that was even possible. All I knew is that my yes, my faith, and my action is going to get me somewhere. And so I went for it. And so Sabrina is such a great model of that because she actually has a lot of faith, but she also says, okay, this is a reality and this is what we can do. And I'm going to set goals and I'm going to execute that. Sabrina is her voice movement leader. She's one of the leaders in our Totalista Leadership Academy. She also owns the business of SV Leadership Solutions. She's a certified DISC consultant and a John Maxwell leadership coach. Sabrina is such an asset. She is such a blessing. And I look forward to her jumping on the Zoom or sending us some videos. But I'm so excited to just introduce and connect and collaborate with April Chumar and Sabrina Valdez and their team. We're excited to have all of you. I'm excited for my team. My team was declared as a favorite and fire team, and I just embraced, hey, it's Beltran Team Glow Up. And so I kind of switched my name a little bit because it was actually embracing identity. And actually embracing the fact that like this is a part of me. And so instead of hiding behind the spiritual aspect of favor and what is it, the favor and fire, I decided to say, no, this is the Beltran team and I'm leading it. And so that I pray that that's a key to you as well, because I really think it's pivotal to the growth of our team, just like I was talking about. And so embracing that, like, what can I do to enhance my team? Part of that is that accountability, saying, okay, I am a leader and we're doing this. I have something to offer. Now, at first, I had very little to offer. At first, my first offering was, hey, I have a friend named Naomi Van Wyck, who's my leader and mentor, and she makes $7,000 a month. My first offer was other people's testimonies, and today I'm excited to tell you, I have my own testimony, not only for what the product did to my face, but what this business has done. I'm excited to tell you that I made over 20,000 SPs this last month. And it wasn't because that I'm so special, because I have what it takes. I know what to do. It had to do with the fact that I have a team. It had to do with the fact that we collaborated together. It had to do with the fact that I set goals high, even with the fear of, I don't know if I can make it, but that doesn't really matter. I need some goals. I need to execute and I need to do something with my life. I need to do something with my team. I need to do something for my business. My yes really meant something. My yes really meant something. And that yes looks like something. And so I want to encourage you and challenge you today. What does your yes look like? So whether you're jumped on right now at the Zoom call or you're actually going to do the replay. But I want to share with you, and then I do want to shift from my preaching series. But I do want to share with you that Jenny Donnelly, our director, brought something to my attention. She said, Monet, for the last 2 to 3 weeks, I have not uploaded our replay. You're the only person who asked me, hey, can you upload the replay? And I want to give a shout out to Janet, because Janet like sniffs everything out. She's like the number one researcher on my team, and she knows what's happening, what's going on, all the trainings, and she just consumes it like no one else's business. So she's like, hey, the replays were posted for the last couple of weeks. So she already sniffed that one out. But check this out. Nobody else asked me, but so many people said they were watching the replays. Okay. Guilty as charged with the intention of, I'm going to watch the replays. Hey, I skipped Monday night training. So let me tell you something. The Power Up and Glow for this month is not the main feeding. Your main feeding is that Monday night training on the Donley Zoom on the DBK platform. I don't want to utilize our time of giving you the basics of what it is to be a planner. We're past that in Jesus' name. We're past that. I say that as a declaration, however you want to take it. But here's the thing. To be honest, some of us aren't. To be honest, and I'm not trying to guilt you, but I want to say you're yes, and you're watching this or you're on right now because you're past that by faith. So take the action. Get those on your calendar. And if you can't make those lives, you better schedule it for the replay on your calendar. That's what leaders do. And if you miss it, then you better schedule it on your calendar for the replay. You have to make sure you're executing the basics. You have to make sure you're in that playbook. So, I don't want to call people out on my team, and there's so many that I have relationship with and absolutely love. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you should be past this step. And it kind of was revealed that you're not doing it. Like and so it's like, okay, I don't want to focus on what we're not doing. I want to focus on what we are going to do. I want to focus on what we are doing, right? Because I am the first one to beat myself up of what I'm not doing. But here's the thing is, I'm going to send the basics out in the text message and say, hey, this is the starting point. If you want to take your business to the next level, execute this and take a step up. You're not behind. You'll be right on time, but I need you to take that step up. You do that first baby step that we should have all accomplished. And hey, I'm guilty. There's so many things I didn't accomplish in the baby steps, and I didn't even realize they were there. But hey, I go back to the playbook and I make sure it's all executed because I'm going to go for the more. And we all know what we are faithful in the little, we can be given much more. And so I just want to encourage you just to take that. We have about 3 weeks, y'all, to go to the next level. This is a time to push. This is the time to pull. This is the time to say, I'm going all in every single day, not just on the Monday training, not just, no, I am going to go all in. And I want to say, like, you reap what you sow. What you believe is what you'll end up selling. And so even with all of this stuff, embracing your identity, what you believe is what you sell, and then you reap what you sow. This is why I do my best to be interactive on all group messages. This is why I do my best to respond to my leader every single time. When my leader says something, I try to be one of the first to respond because I'm listening, because I honor my leader. I honor my upline. I honor those who are pouring into me and giving their time. When I give them my word, I try to fulfill that word because I reap what I sow. And as well as when my team isn't responding, well, it's because I haven't been on Monday night Zooms. Well, that's because I don't respond to my leaders either. And so I try to cultivate that culture so that way I can also reap that culture. So those things are so crucial because I almost feel guilty for saying this because my brain and my heart don't quite get it. But here's the thing is, as leaders, you look for those who are faithful, available, and teachable. You look for the hungry. Now, I want to tell you that if some of your teams, like some of the stuff I was seeing on the response was, how do we get planners that actually want to do this? Well, that has to do with, are you the planner who's executing it? Are you modeling that? That is one of the steps. And then another step is I prayed for the hungry. I looked for the hungry and I bottle fed them and then like fed them like a tsunami wave. I call them and I go off and then they're soaking it up. And I also talk about the very basics of leadership, faithful, available, and teachable. Hey, I am pouring out, and whoever wants it's going to get it. And if you don't want it, the next is in line, not out of some pride, but out of the truth, because we're all called and we're all going somewhere. And so I just, those are some keys. I know it's going to come into obviously this is the form of preaching, But hey, it is what it is. Catch what you want. And if I'm not giving you the training you don't want, if April and Sabrina aren't, do like what Janet does. This chick has she has archives of training and strategy. You know what I mean? I'm like, yes. She just posted a YouTube video on that. So find what feeds you. You don't have to wait for me to spoon feed you. Find what feeds you. Pull on who you can pull on, right? And encourage one another. So here's an incentive. The incentive to the Power Up and Glow is we're going to make money. I overlooked that part. I get so excited about this new thing, about the training. I get real preacher like status. I get real spiritual about it. I want to learn as a leader. I want to grow. I want to make money. I've come to that conclusion. I am in this business. Why? Because of money. Yes, God called me. Yes, I want to grow. I want to be a leader. I need money. I am doing a business out of obedience. But why? So I could make money. Because there is so much that money could do for our ministries, for our family. Money works for us. We don't chase the money. So there's so many mindsets that I had to shift, right? The poverty mindsets, the mindsets of oh, I'll try. No, I'm going to do. The mindsets of I had every excuse in the book. I had everything else. I mean, I was talking about hey, I'm going to pray that God multiplies my money and God multiplies my product. And God says, can you pray and have faith to make money? And I was like, oh, that's where my business shifted. I'm like, oh, duh. I have one goal. I have the top goal in business is to make money. I'm a businesswoman that makes money. Hello, I embrace that. And there's so many mindsets that come against that, but hey, God is renewing my mind daily, and I don't have to worry about that. I am renewing my mind daily by growing and doing the business. You can study the business all day long, but you have to do the business, right? And so so that was that was for free. Okay, so the incentive is we're going to make money. We're going to level up. But here's another incentive. I'm excited to share this with you, and I'm glad I have my notes because I totally would have forgot one of the biggest incentives of the Power Up and Glow is that we actually have an opportunity for you to step outside of the box and join one of the bridal shows. So I have good news. I have 4 bridal shows booked, and I'm excited to offer that to those who accomplish this Power Up and Glow cohort. You will have, and if you accomplish this with excellence, we're watching because this is the whole point is accountability. We're not going to beg you. We're not going to chase you down, but we are watching and looking for those who are hungry and who need to be fed, who want to collaborate and partner and go to the next level. That's what we're doing. And so if that's you, you want to do this and you complete this June with faithfulness and excellence, you have an opportunity to attend at least one of these bridal shows. These bridal shows will take you to a whole other level as a business consultant, as a salesman. It puts you out there. It's fun. It's awesome. And we're going to be going to Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Portland, and Fresno, California. So I'm excited to offer that to you guys because I'm really thankful and so excited, so excited and full of anticipation for your guys' yes. I'm like, look at the women coming. Look at the fire that's cultivating. And and that was why I was like, I got to do this. I don't know what I'm going to train on, although there's so many things I have to say in regards to training. But I know this, that fire is caught, not taught. So welcome. Catch it. Catch it. This industry is prime for that. Multi-level marketing, the industry we're in with direct sales. That's why you see so many people flowing with motivation and saying so much stuff because it's caught more than it is taught. You just got to catch it and you got to go. And so, once again, I'm trying not to preach, but I'm just going to go for it. Our goal here is not just to motivate you, but it's to encourage you within the system of team. We want to partner with you. We want to get you to another level, give you those tools, give you those resources. But here's the thing: show that you're faithful, available, and teachable. Show that you're that fat leader, FAT, faithful, available, and teachable. We are going to sniff you out and we're going to embrace that and pour into you to the best that we can. But hey, it doesn't stop with us. Go to our upline, go to the trainings, and go for it. And so here's the thing, the system of team, that how did I get to 20 SP? Like I said, it wasn't out of, hey, I got like the specific thing, but it was the fact of I wasn't afraid to fail. I don't have anything to lose. It was, hey, I'm gonna make mistakes, but I'm gonna get back up on that horse and ride. Just starting this Power Up and Glow series, I mean, the opposition, the the opposition, the um concern to just start, I almost didn't do it. The way I presented it, the structure I had was incorrect. And I was humble enough, thank God, to go up to my upline and for my upline, Jenny Donnelly and Naomi Van Wyck, to give me the structure and direction. Then time, I'm like, no one's got time. April and Sabrina, it's too short of a notice. Everyone's busy. No, no, no excuses. We can make excuses or we can make money. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go for it. There's someone out there who's hungry. There's someone out there who needs some training, who want this training, who want to partner and collaborate. Who's with me is going to be with me. And I ended up stepping out and doing it. So I fell off the horse, but I got back up. And all I could hear is we ride at dawn. So I'm like, we're going for it. Like, we're going to do this. So here we are, ladies. Like, we are literally here. And, and so that I would say are some of the keys of why I hit that 20,000 SP. And it wasn't me, it was my team. It was my team. I stayed connected with the team and I connected my team to the system. I don't bring my team to me. I bring my team to the system that works. Right. And so we will sell what we believe, and we also will begin to develop. We will begin to develop and start bringing people on board who are just like us. So we'll start recreating ourselves. Right. And so I'm super spiritual. If you haven't noticed by now, super spiritual. I'm madly in love with Jesus. You can't help, you can tell me, or I mean, I'll go to jail. I mean, I can't help but talk about the one I love, right? And so, and so here's the thing: is my team became very spiritual, and everything was about ministry. But I have a friendly reminder, my friends, we're in a business, and we're here to build a business. Right. And so these things of what we love and our passions will leak out. The fact that I'm a preacher is going to leak out, but I have to redirect and say, I'm a business owner. I'm a leader in a business model. And I have a team that is looking to me for structure and strategy to make money and build a team. I had to embrace that. And if I didn't know what to do, you better believe I started looking at what to do. So yes, I did the prayer, I did the faith thing, but I became intentional. And so I would say if I had to give you real quick, like keys of a real quick, simple um, key that helps me stay focused in business when I'm running and I don't have the intellectual ability of being a business owner. um the few keys that I use, and you hear me say it all the time, it's three things that I share is glow, grow, and go. It's that simple. You gotta glow. You gotta glow. You gotta glow so much where you're becoming the product. I'm becoming the product. People are literally witnessing and recognizing the fact, like, what are you doing to your skin? And then when I had a sunspot purging, was I a little embarrassed? Yes. When a pimple shows up, was I a little embarrassed? Yes. Well, the reason why it's so highlighted and emphasized is because we're in the skincare industry. But I have to literally refuse the Insecurity or the self-conscious thought of I got a pimple, I have a sunspot. I no, here's where I redirect my focus is I have a product that works and I have a glow. And so I'm hydrated, my skin's in the process, and I'm going somewhere. You should see where I started. You should see where I'm going. If my face isn't the billboard yet, I'm using someone else's face for the billboard. Check out my friend April. Her yeah, she for 3 days her neck lifted. And so you have to have that glow. I mean, I sometimes try to sneak around and I always get caught. And so I'm like, man, I should have emphasized more on my glow. I went to Costco, put some big sunglasses on, was trying to hide my face a little bit. I ended up almost landing a planner, a good salesman who's literally on the verge of signing up to be a planner. Everywhere I go, I have to glow. And they say, do not go without that glow. That is the biggest thing. You should be using the skincare. You should be having faith and confidence that you can afford the skincare. Our skincare, the potential that it has, the potency it has, the effect it has, we literally have a third of the cost. So get that glow on. Use our products. Don't be afraid to do it. Drench your face. Is everything okay in regards? Can you all see highlighted in the video? I'm kind of curious. I'm new to Zoom a little bit. I want to make sure that you guys can see my face as I'm talking. Everything look good on video? Okay, great. Yeah, and so that glow is so important because people start asking you about it. And you guys have heard all the things about, the glow, don't go without the glow. And so I'm becoming the product. It's the best advertisement of your own transformation. People buy results, people join belief, people follow examples. I am constantly using the products and I'm constantly falling in love with the products. The next thing is grow. This is where many people get stuck. Grow requires humility. Grow requires challenge. Growth requires being teachable. This is why I always say stay fat. Stay fat. Challenge, humility, and teachability is something I've had to learn to grow in. Those basics. I had to learn what that looks like. I had to share with leaders, hey, I don't know. I had to share with my team. Here's a key. Healthy leadership does not mean you know everything. A matter of fact, that is a concern in leadership when you're like Mr. and Mrs. Know-it-all. Healthy leadership is the response of, I don't know, but let's learn together. When I got into this industry, I pretty much used soap and water, y'all. When I got into this industry, some of you know my testimony. I dressed like a man majority of my life. I had to face women in the beauty industry. I'm like, Jesus. I had to teach them. And to top it off, I had people in the multi-level marketing industry for years. They're telling me what we do. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Okay. And so humility, learn it quickly. If you don't have it, repent. If you don't have it, reteach yourself. I mean, I'm sorry if you're not a believer on here. Just roll with it. Eat what works for you, you know? But I had to learn, what does humility look like? Because even if you think you are humble, you already missed it. So it's a weird thing. But you know what? I'm like, hey, I don't know what this looks like. Hey, I don't even know how to put my makeup on. But you want me out here telling people about makeup? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to be humble and you have to be teachable. And so teachable means you're listening, you're asking questions. Teachable means you're not the one talking. Teachable means you're showing up and you're pulling on the upline, you're pulling on your leaders. You're listening for direction and you're saying, like, hey, Jenny, hey, Naomi, those are my uplines. You're saying, hey, Sabrina, hey, April, can you teach me something? Hey, I would like to grow and be teachable. What can I do to pull more on your leadership? What can I do to be more teachable with you? What's the best form? Sometimes like for me, it's like the best way for me to teach you is to come with me. I'm more of like a hands-on trainer. And I'm like, catch it. And I'm going to like, just let me talk, let me preach. and you better get your notes out and catch it or record it, because that's all I got. And if I have a strategy, I'll try to give you that, but it's going to come in like a flood. So, so know who's teaching you. Know that style of teacher and become teachable, and so that's part of the grow. That is part of the grow. You want to honor your upline. You want to honor people. So I'm telling you, honor is a big deal. After a while, like if you don't honor, you don't value. If I realize people are literally, they're not honoring or grasping what I'm getting, because if they're actually being teachable with me, eventually they'll see I have a high value of honor. I value honor. I value honoring leadership, honoring friendships, honoring one another. I honor God. And if I don't see those qualities, most likely I don't really know that you're actually teachable with me, because you're not learning. You're not applying it. Being teachable also means you're actually applying action. Because if not, you're just like this and you're not learning nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's teachable, because I think teachable, there's you're actually applying what you're learning. Because teachable, it's like, no, you're just looking cute, and I'm like, this is what I share with a lot of people. I'm not out here just trying to look cute. I'm actually trying to do something, go somewhere. Okay. And so, yeah, that's teachable. Availability is huge. You want to be available. You want to be making those trainings, those Zooms, and the text message thread. I get it. I'm on a ton. Hey, I run with Jenny Donnelly. Okay. Dang. Okay. And so I know that at first the group messages, they take you, it could be a lot, but I want to tell you that it takes communication to go anywhere. And we have to communicate a lot. And so therefore, if you're not responding and modeling that leadership of communicating, your team won't either. Okay. And I know leaders, I know that sometimes it seems like I'm just talking to a wall. I know sometimes it's like, I don't know if this makes sense, but that's okay. You also want to guard your communication. You also want to, I know I come in like a flood, so I'm trying to learn how to drip feed. Okay, the drip feed method. I'm like, drip feed method, drip feed method. I don't even know what that means fully. I just know I heard about it and I'm supposed to try to do it. So I'm learning that. Okay, just give them a little bit. Just give them a little bit here. Because if not, people start muting out your voice, right? And so now when it comes to people I'm directly mentoring, they're going to get the flood and that's it. I don't have to sit here and try to, oh my God, they're not going to hear me. If they don't hear me, I got to move on to the next. Because those who really want my leadership and those who are really teachable, they're going to get thrown around with that flood. And I think some of them know that. I see them on the call right now. They're like, yep. And they're just like, and what happened here? And they get me going, and I'm like, and then they appreciate it because they honor it. And so I want to encourage you to honor those who are pouring into you, honor people's times. When someone tells you I have 2 minutes, honor that 2 minutes. Because if not, like, dishonor is a real thing. Dishonor can break trust. So you're building trust and rapport and relationship with people. Okay. So that's glow and grow. Now here it is. Go. Don't overthink it, just go. We would not be here on this call if I was not going. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Here's a fun fact. I heard the audible voice of God, and all he said was, go. I jumped up. I almost jumped out the sliding glass door. I almost, I thought I was going to run through a wall. I literally got up, and like when basketball sneakers go and they squeak. I got up and I did a little and it dropped in one place. I guess, where did I go? Where did I go? And I was like, oh, the peace of God came. Oh, okay, not right now. But here's the thing: go. Have the unction of go. You have to do something. Your ship has to be moving. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta glow, grow, and go. You gotta do these things. If you're not going, you don't have a business. You're sitting here looking cute, shining things up, making it look pretty. For what? You have to have a pipeline. You have to have customers and planners. You gotta go. And I get it, my teachings, I get it. Like I told you guys, I started off with soap and water. I started off like I had no business, but hey, let me pray for you. I became like, okay, I'm super spiritual, but I'm not here to sell spiritual things. I'm here to have a business. So I had to grow. But listen, I have to go. I have to go to the wedding expo. I have to go to Costco and go fish a planner because I don't know anybody in Oregon that the rest of my team haven't gotten. They're already all like, I'm like, dang it, dude. You know, people are like, I'm like, hey, would you be interested in buying the product? They're already selling the product. We're in a place that's been cultivated. But here's the thing, that doesn't bother me. I'm either going to make excuses or I'm going to make money. I'm tired of making excuses. I got to go. I can give you every excuse in the book of why I shouldn't do that one thing. But here's the thing, I better be doing a one thing. I better be intentional with my business. And so so those are some easy basic things. Go, you gotta glow, grow, and go. When all fails, I just think about that. When I'm like, oh, what should I do? Or hey, am I working my business? I gotta glow, grow, and go. Those are the things. And so when I'm like, what should I do for my business today? Those three things. Am I glowing? Okay, if not, I'm gonna sit there and massage my face for 5 minutes. Literally. I work on my testimony, y'all. People are like, man, look at your skin. I work on this. Okay, like I'm gonna tell you that. I use a product day and night. I wash my face day and night. Now, as I'm getting used to it, and familiarity kills everything, I'll tell you that right now. It'll kill the honor, kill the leadership, and kill the product. Right? When you lose the awe and wonder, and that preaches too. Don't make me, just kidding. So here's the thing is I work on my testimony on my face. I also work on my gut health because I know it affects my face. I work on my hair testimony. That's my next thing. We got hair products. I know that we have the deep talk, demon buster is what I call it. Man, you'll get rid of stuff you wouldn't even know what came out of your system. I lost 10 pounds in 10 days. I work on these testimonies, y'all. I work on these testimonies. You know what I'm saying? And so I could play stingy with my product, and I'll tell you, I had to because I was praying for multiplication. But when I had to cross over, are you still praying for that multiplication? Are you ready to go to the next level and cross over? Now, you guys, I have several kits on retail. I'm drenching people's faces. I'm drenching my face. Why? Because I have to do this, right? I have to do this. And so when I'm thinking I got some spare time, am I going to do the doom scroll or am I going to learn? Am I going to train? Am I looking at multi-level marketing things? Am I looking at the RIMAN influencers? What am I going to do? And then I got to go. Have I went and got customers? And here's the thing. It's like, this ain't working for me. I'll tell you what, I had that same excuse. That was before the business boomed. And I was like, oh my God, this is so hard. I could quit. And then I laughed because I have no blood, sweat, or tears. I mean, I had the tears, excuse me. I had the tears. I was dramatic, petty. I had the tears, y'all. And then I laughed because God's like, wow, you ain't even doing anything. It was all in my head. I reached out to some people. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at people in sales, they ain't playing games. These guys, okay, go to a car salesman place. They're like sharks in a tank. They're gonna get you. It's like, Donna. Hey, here I am. They're around the corner. Okay, so I get it. I don't want to be that person. But here's the thing: if I don't have an edge and I ain't going, I ain't gonna be that person in top sales. And so I literally realized I take hours of scrolling through contacts. I take hours of building relationship equity. So here's the thing: is everyone thinks I'm an extrovert. I think I'm an introvert, okay? Don't tempt me with alone time. Don't tempt me with being on the mountain in a hike alone. Don't tempt me to go camping for 5 days by myself. I love it, okay? But here's the thing is that because of that, I lost relationship equity. And so now I'm almost like on a cold market here instead of a warm market. And so first off, I do love people. And so I started building relationship equity. And it's like, yeah, do I eventually want to tell them what I'm doing? Of course. Why wouldn't you? That's relationship. But here's the thing is I do want to know about them. I do want to cultivate my relationship with them. Why? Because of love. And why? Because I want to support them and I would like them to support me. I have no shame in my relationships. My friends get my sales the hardest. I'm not kidding. My one friend, I'm going off. Okay. Hold on. Notes. Okay. My one friend, I hit her hard every day throughout the day because she would not buy RB a planner. I did not consciously think, I'm a hitter, I'm a getter. But because she was my friend and because we had relational equity, All day long, I'm telling her about how awesome my business is, how awesome and fun that this person got deliverance and came to Jesus and now they're glowing, how awesome that this person was a missionary and now they have faith and hope that they're going to get out of poverty. And I'm like, girl, you should sign up for this. And then I realized about 2 or 3 days in, I'm like, I am so sorry. I don't talk to people like this. And I literally hit you with a tsunami wave every day, all day. And she giggles. And I'm like, it's because you're my friend and I'm comfortable. And so I've had to build relationship equity and then also realize I have a passion for my business and a passion for people to help them. And
Yeah,
I'm going to go and I'm going to do this, right?
she's fine, doesn't she?
And so anyways, and so we want to make sure that, we're doing that go. That go looks like something. That go is in your head. This ain't really hard. And I realized that I had tears and I really wasn't working hard. So I go for hours now and I'm going to start scheduling. Here's part of my challenge for myself is I'm going to schedule on my calendar sales, because let me tell you something. I went on the weak side with customers and went on the strong side with building my team. There's a month, and I can't remember right now off the top of my head, that I had 2 customers. I had 2 active customers, people, and I'm hitting charts. I'm like, oops. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? What am I doing? And then I realized that all my customers became planners. I'm like, oh, okay. And so, need to back up for a minute and get those customers and then hit them with the planning. So, anyway, so anytime here's the thing is, don't waste people's time. Um, you know, and the team and my team, what I do with people is I go the extent that they go. I'm watching you. I know it sounds creeper. I don't mean to be, sometimes I ain't got time, so it ain't that important, but it is important. And I do want to emphasize those who have skin in the game, because like I know what it's like to put skin in the game and need help. And so I want to make sure I'm hitting those people, and those people are adding up. And so now it has to be real intentional. So I am watching those who have skin in the game because I want to go in. That's a value I have for my team. And in reality, as my team grows, I won't be able to put as much skin in the game as I would like to. I literally times drive 4 to 5 hours just to go do a pop-up because they have skin in the game. And so we have a few minutes. So a couple of challenges that I feel like uh, are some things, and then we will. I want to ask. I want to ask you guys something. This isn't an answer, but I want to ask you if you would stay involved with our group message during this month. I know it's a lot. I know, we have April, Sabrina, and myself. Y'all might get hit with a flood, but it is a privilege and a blessing. This was a privilege and a blessing to be a part of this. We're all growing together. But what we share in this group message, there's intentionality behind it. Me, Sabrina, and April all have something that we're carrying, and we want to impart that to you. We want to train you with that. So the truth is we can't always jump on a Zoom, but we can talk to you on text message. So obviously you're going to feed with what you can. This isn't to like overboard you, take you out. This isn't to get you stuck in the grow. This is to get you to the go. Okay. Because we want you to see you do something with it. I played women's tackle football, and we're like, hit somebody. That was like hit somebody. And that's what I want to tell you. Hey, hit somebody, hit something, go do it. Okay. And so listen, I can't share everything, but I want to give you everything. And so, okay, I'm learning the drip feed method, y'all. So don't deafen to my voice. Don't deafen to the voice of your team leader. Don't deafen to the training. Grab it, eat it, do what you can. If it's flooding you, let it go. But look at it with intentionality and do something, because you're going to catch something that's going to take you to a whole other level. And so here's your challenges is what I want to encourage you to do is evaluate your business. I some of you already may have done this, but what I subconsciously was doing, and this is why I'm trying to give it to you, was I was evaluating my business. I look at the progress of my business in my office, and I look to see what my sales are daily. I look to see what I have going. I was not smart enough, you guys, to understand all of this, but I learned that in one day I made over 6,000 in sales in one day. I thought I was wrong. I was like, is this real? This is how I learned. I'm like, hold on. So I got in my back office. I started calculating. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. And then, so here's the thing is I take practical strategy, but I don't submit the practical strategy to the supernatural acceleration. I take strategy and I realize there's acceleration and I'm going to do something. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get this done and I'm going to believe I can. And if I don't hit that mark, it's going to be quick where I do. So I literally evaluate my business. I look to see what my planners look like. I look to see who on my team is doing something and what I can do to help them. I reach out to them. So I literally, I'm not just working my business, but I'm helping the planners work their business. I'm seeing how I can help them, how I can support them, how I can encourage them, right? So I evaluate my business and I'm looking at this where I'm strong, where I'm weak, where I need to grow. And I'm saying, what is the strategy on this? I pray and I ask God for the strategy and he gives it to me. And I also look at the practical training of what I can do in strategy. What can I do in strategy? Okay, well, I realized if I want to make 20,000, over 20,000 SP this month, because that's what happened, y'all. I hit over 20,000 SP. I was like, oh, what if I had goals? You know what I'm saying? What if I did the system right? I would have made over 40 SP. I would have doubled in it because the downfall I had was I had no customers. I had no personal customers. And I'm actually strong in sales. Hello. And so I'm like, okay, so what am I going to do? Is I evaluated, okay, I want to keep this strong, not let it drop, but I want to start implementing the fact that I'm going to block hours of my day to get personal customers. So I'm going to sustain what I've sustained. So sustain what you can and evaluate your business, sustain what you're good at, and then add on to it, right? So evaluate your business, see what you can do to grow your business. If you need help with strategy, you can reach out to your upline. Get that strategy. Janet posted some key strategies from YouTube. Get those. Like, you look for strategy. Look for strategy. Look for innovation. You can do it. But here's the thing: is as I said, we breed after our own. Well, here's the thing: is my team, super strong leaders, pioneers, super spiritual, and they do their own thing, and they're out in the clouds doing it, right? I love it. But here's the thing, the system works. Wash faces. Use go glow, go grow and glow. Wash some faces, pop off, pop in, do something, pop off, go. Do pop-ups. Now I love the pretty, elegant pop-ups and I love that people are getting saved. Here's the thing. Can I schedule a pop-up once a week and just hope some new customers come? Do some one-on-ones, go to the house. So I don't have to make it fancy. Do not recreate the system. When you evaluate your business, do the basic baby steps, do the system, okay? And then also make sure you're building wide and building deep. Don't do the mistake I did. Don't focus so much on your team, especially trying to sell people. The more you have to sell them, the more you always sell them. Don't drag any planners along. Go through that deck of cards. There are 4 aces in a deck. Go and find that ace. Find that planner. Go get them. Go fishing. Go do it. You got to build wide and build deep on both ends of the spectrum. If you need sales, start watching videos on how to sell. Okay. So you have to do that. And then you want to set some goals. So I have a goal, you guys. Like, I want to make over 20,000 SP again. Okay. You know, and I'm nervous to say, can I make 40,000 SP? Okay. I really want to look to see what kind of goal can I set? What kind of goal can you set? Double your, hey, double, double for the trouble. Like, y'all, we're going all in. Set some high standard goals and get it done. I never thought I could make team lead like I did, but I set those goals and I told them, oh, I'm going to make team lead this month. Well, I almost did. I hit 6,000 in one day and I almost made it. Well, I think it was within weeks. I was on the cusp. In my head, I was right there. And that's all that mattered. I had that goal and I was right there. And I had the team to say, yes, you are, Monet. Keep going. And then I had April say, hey, you want to race? And that got me over the line. Okay. And so I want to finish up with this. Understand the system. Okay. The system of team. This isn't about you drawing people to you. This is about you feeding those who you need to feed and getting them to the system. If you come to me, April, or Sabrina, and that's where you end, some of us are super loyal to a fault. And I'll tell you, some of you church people, we got some things that need to go. And that's one of them, is we become super loyal to a fault. We don't go nowhere. We stay for them. And now your business is capped off at your leaders. Your business is capped off at your sponsor. Your business is capped off on your upline. It is not. We are not capped off at Karen Kane. She wants to raise up millionaires. Jenny and Bob Donnelly want to raise up millionaires. Who's going to be that millionaire? I do not want any of you topped off at me, April, or Sabrina. Now you can honor and be blessed, and you can be fat. Come fat, right? Faithful, available, teachable. But we want you to go further than us. You actually should be going further than us, right? Further and faster than us. So don't do that to your team because of insecurity. When Naomi started coming in and started training my team, I'm like, what is she doing? I had never really had a leader help me. That's kind of sad, y'all. I never really had a leader help me lead and empower me as a leader and lift me up. And I'm not trying to down talk anybody. I've been with some amazing leaders, but I was like, I can do this because I learned what it was like to survive on my own. Oh, I can do this, Naomi. I got it. And I was like, oh, you're helping me. So I don't have to carry the junk in the system. You bring the system, you build me up, and you encourage me. And when I can't get to these questions because I'm trying to make the one sale I made in Jesus' name, when I first started off, oh, you do all that. I don't have to research. I don't have to know everything. I'm actually learning and growing with you. But you're actually positioning me to be a leader because you don't want to carry my team. You got things to do. Praise God. So here's the thing. Use the system of team. Build one another up and view your planners as leaders. One of my weaknesses in leadership is I'm that leader that's like, let's go take charge. And I forget to say like, oh, you're taking charge too. And I don't mean to do that. I just get fiery and just go for it. But it also hasn't been modeled to me. So I'm learning to grow in that area. I have several leaders on my team on this call right now that have something to offer. And I want to hear from them. And I want to encourage them. And I want to remind them they're leaders. I want to remind them you're leading people. Now find the faithful, available, and teachable. And so that's what I have to have. That's what I have to share. And I really, the challenge, I gave you guys some challenges, but it's like Danny Bay said this. When's the last time you invited someone to Tuesday orientation? When's the last time you sent a replay? When's the last time you walked someone through the playbook? When's the last time you followed up with the customer? When's the last time you asked your upline for guidance and actually implemented it? I added that last one, as you know. Because if you don't, your team won't do it either. If you're not doing these things, you're not going anywhere. And so, yeah, so thank you guys for your time. I want to encourage you guys. We have just a little bit of 3 weeks to get to that next rank. Some of you guys are hitting team leader. Some of you guys are ranking up and will hit team leader very soon. But embrace who you are and what you're doing and walk in it. Walk in it. Hold your head up high. Hold your head up high and go for it. You have nothing to lose. You already have the pretty skin. It's a win-win situation. You're on the winning team. We're number one team in the global right now, DBK. All right. Thank you guys for your time. Bye.